In this video, I'm going to show you how to create visual effects super easily using the MRTK Graphics tool. All of this optimized for VR and mixed reality, but first, what is the MRTK Graphics tool? So, MRTK is an XR SDK that was created by Microsoft a while ago. It was one of the first to have super advanced hand tracking interaction, but it also had an amazing material library with awesome feature. And today, this library is still available and can be imported to any project. And still, not a lot of people knows about it, so in this video, I'm going to reveal this secret and let you create amazing effect with it. So, if you'd like to support my work, join our growing community on Patreon, the link is in the description. Okay, so here we are on a fresh Unity project and we don't even need a VR setup to make this XR effect work. We simply need to go to this GitHub page, MRTK Graphics Tools Unity, that you will find in the description down below. And then to get started, we can simply follow these 4 steps over there, which is simply to copy here this link. So let's select it precisely like this, copy it, go to Windows, Package Manager, click on the plus button, install package from Git URL and paste it over there, then simply click on install. And there you go, now the package is installed in our project, but wait, because the meat of this package is in the sample, so let's click here on sample, and we can import the sample over there that we want to see. The most important one is of course the material gallery, so let's click on import over there. Now the other ones are not very mandatory, but just to show you, I'm going to import them all. Okay, beautiful. Now that everything is important, we can close this window and we can get started with our XR visual effect. Because if we go to sample, MRTK Graphics Tool, the version that we have, so 0.8, we can see all of the samples over there. And let's jump directly on the material gallery over there. And let's click here on the material gallery scene. Okay, and look at that. How amazing this is. So this is really showcasing here the power of this graphics tool. Now, as you can see with this scene, we can compare all different effects that can be created with the unique shader of the MRTK graphics tool. Now, using this shader is very straightforward, by the way. Here, just to give you an example, let me search for shader bowl. There we go. This is the 3D model already used here. I can drag it in the scene. It is quite big, but let's put it over there to the side, rotate it like this, and we can create a material with the effect shader simply by right-clicking in the project window, create material, name it test material, and here we can change the shader to graphics tools and select here the standard. There we go, then we can simply drag it over there, and this is where a world of possibilities opens for us. We have a lot of things, effect and setting that we can tweak here on this shader. Not only, of course, the basic color, transparency, but as you can see down below, we also have like a lot of effect that are very cool, and this is exactly what is showcased over there with all of these material galleries. So you know what, instead of messing with only this material, showcasing how you can mess with it, I'm going to directly go into these material and show you exactly how you can reproduce all of these effects. Okay, so for the first row of effect here, this is pretty straightforward because if we select here the first material, this is the basic one with a rendering mode of opaque. But as you can see, we can change this opaque rendering mode to cutout, fade, transparent, additive, and even custom. And this is what's being shared here. For example, if we set it not to opaque but to cutout, we can play with the alpha cutoff of this texture and create this kind of cool dissolve effect. Then if we set it to fade, we can then change the alpha value of the color to make the object fade. Same goes for transparent, additive, and you can also go very deep by setting, for example, for the last one, the mode to custom and play with all of these settings that will mess with the transparency. Now, anyway, this is the first row. And of course, right now, this is not what you are after because these things are already provided, for example, with the URP standard shader. Okay, and with this first row, we can see kind of how to mess with the rendering mode. The second rendering mode is here to show you a bit how to mess with the lighting. So if you go down below, you can set the light mode to either unlit, like it is the case for this one, to default lit with directional. You can also mess with the smoothness. For example, if I click on the smooth metallic over there, and here, as you can see, the metallic and smoothness are set to its maximal value, and because reflection is enabled here, we can have some reflection on this shader ball. Of course, we can have normal, and of course we can have emissive map, which is enabled over there. And if you mess with the color and increase the intensity, you can create this kind of cool bloom effect, which looks very nice. Now, anyway, of course, these two rows are very simple. The first one for rendering mode and the second one for lighting are things that are already provided with the URP standard shader, but you are here to see more advanced technique, and this is what actually possible and showcase with these two last rows. So first we have here the channel map, and I guess that's something very important because as you can see here, you can enable channel map, which will make it so that if you provide here this texture, it will use the red channel of the texture to set the metallic, the green to be the occlusion, the blue to be the emission, and the alpha to be the smoothness. So in one texture, you can set all of the physical properties of your material. And this is actually way more optimized than to use 4 different textures. With here, this channel map, you can in one single texture add a lot of complexity to all of your 3D models. Just to show you exactly how it works, let me click on the channel map over there, rusted iron. And if we have a look at its texture, you can see that if we select RGBA, these are all of the different channels that will set the metallic, the occlusion, the emission, and the smoothness. There we go. These two here are here to show you how you can also switch the albedo alpha mode. In this case, it is set to smoothness, which will mean that the alpha channel of the albedo texture will set its smooth value. But now if we go to our next effect, we can see a very cool trick here, which is the rim light. Now the rim light kind of add knot line Fresnel effect. And as you can see, we can increase this value over there directly and enable it with this toggle. Then for the next one, we cannot see it, and that's perfectly normal because it is a near plane fade. So if we actually zoom out, as you can see, it appears, we can see our shader ball over there, and it actually disappears the closer we are from it. To mess with these settings, you can simply go to near fade and enable this, and you can say when the fade begins and when the fade completes. Finally, the 3-planar mapping. It is a technique to basically not use UVs on a texture, and it will actually automatically generate the UVs of this object to texture it from its position in space and not from these UVs, which is pretty convenient. And finally here, this is a very nice trick that you can do with the shader as well for all kind of panel but here, as you can see down below, we can enable round corners. And these round corners are pretty amazing because it lets you mess with a lot of things. You can change the radius of the corner. You can say the margin to say the percent of the corners. And here, this is showing also the edge smoothing, which can allow you to smooth out a little bit the edge. And this is very powerful. And I guess regarding playing with the corner of the object through that shader, we can also look at these 9 elements, which will show you a little bit how you can mess with rounded corners, even with wireframe, opaque border. This one looks very, very cool. Oh, and you also have some cool effect here, which basically change the color of the object based on your view angle, which is kind of cool. Okay, and here we are ready to look at the last row, which is my favorite one. Of course, the first one is a stencil pattern, and look at this, it looks so cool. Now, how does it actually work? If we select this shader ball, we can see that this shader ball has a stencil portal shader ball material, and basically it is a normal material, but at the end we have enable stencil testing. Now, stencil testing is basically a technique that will allow you to compare each pixels of this object using here a testing value. And in this case, as you can see, we are comparing a value of 1, and if this value of 1 is equal, we are keeping this value. And this actually allows you to discard some part of the object. In this case, if we go down below and that we look at the portal, we can see that this material is basically a simple quad. And on this quad, we have a stencil portal material that will also have a stencil test with also a stencil reference of 1, and that will replace the comparison. So this is what's actually discarding everything that's not overlapping on both the portal and the shader ball. Now, it's a very nice effect, especially in mixed reality where you can use it for all kind of effect. Now, anyway, Next to it, we have a stencil outline. I have no clue what this is about, but okay, it looks interesting. We have then a translucent glass, cut-on transition, but here we have the 3 last, which are very cool. These one are clipping box. So out of the box, if I go down below, you can see that we have here a clipping plane, which contains a clipping plane component. And this component allows you to clip part of the material over there. And you can either clip as a box, as a plane, or as a sphere. And to really show you how this works, if I click on play, there exists a little animation on this primitive. So it's going to show you how it works. So yeah, as you can see here, the plane that we are selecting is clipping the shader ball. In this case, the box is only showing the inside of the shader ball, and here the sphere is discarding it. It looks very, very nice, and that's basically the end of, well, the material gallery. But wait, there is also something over there, which is an awesome feature as well. This feature is called the overlight. So, you know about the Unity lighting system, of course, but did you know that you could fake this lighting thanks to this shader? And here, this is done with here, this overlight, which is enabled. And basically, what this creates is that with this overlight component, we are going to lit through the shader and not through the lighting system of the object. And it looks very nice. And as you can see, it can also blend with different colors. So you can play with the color and it will get added to the other directly on the shader. And I guess it's a more restrictive but more optimized way of lighting object in mixed reality. Okay, and there you have it. This sums up the awesome graphics tool by MRTK, which I think is an amazing resource for everybody in the XR space trying to make visual effect, because this is super optimized, this is super useful, and on top of that, it is free. You can use it right now. Now, on top of that, feel free to have some fun with the other samples of this project. As you guys saw earlier, we have one for acrylic, canvas shadow, clipping primitive, magnifier, magnifying glass. Something that I can probably show you is the mesh outline. So if we double click on it, click on save, and then click on play. As you guys can see, we also have an outline system through this graphics tool, which is a bit buggy right now with the bloom, but that's okay. And yeah, as you can see on the game window, it looks very, very nice from all angles with different objects merged together, even with here kind of 2 effect, which looks very nice. Now that's not it, because if we go now next to the Unity UI sample, if I click on compare and then on play, you can also see some example at using these graphic tools to mess with the look of some canvas element and non-canvas with proximity light, rounded corner, and all that. But anyway, that's it for me. Feel free to have fun with this graphics tool by yourself. And again, thank you for watching this video. Okay, and here it is. You learn how to use MRTK Graphics Tool to create XR visual effect without writing a single line of shader code. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe to not miss the next one. And if you'd like to support my work, you can join me on Patreon, where you can find source code of all of my projects and exclusive content. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.